We're
Happy
live!
Happy
New Year!
What? Okay. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another action-packed PropDog live show.
No, not action-packed, mate.
Why?
It's been a busy week. It's Friday.
Welcome to another magical PropDog live show.
No, not magical. No.
Magical?
Nothing good's come in.
Welcome to another PropDog Giveaway Friday.
Dave, no giveaways, mate.
Welcome to PropDog Live. Thank you for joining us.
Goodbye.
Okay. All right. No, don't listen to them. It's magical. I'll make it action-packed, and we do have giveaways, so there we go. So hello, everyone, and welcome once again. Thank you for joining us. We always thank you, because without you, I always say, we're just Muppets behind the camera. So we're going to try out 3 of us today.
Hold on a minute. We're not very well dressed Muppets behind the camera. You're all loose. You're all...
Yeah, you got to even them up, don't you?
No, you're pulling too hard. Yeah. It's got to be loosely, Dave.
Loosely done. Loosely done.
Loosely, Dave. Loosely. That's it.
Dave,
yeah, that's
Dave
better.
loosely.
Yeah.
Loosely done.
Fantastic.
There you go.
That's you, Alexander. We love you.
John
Right.
Bennett says hi.
In-joke.
Robert Van Buren says hi. Otter.
Otter, as always.
Otter.
Our sexy Otter. So this week, by the way, guys, because I might be going away maybe later on in the year, so Alex is learning to do the thing, do all the buttons and stuff like that. So Alex is going to take over on that side today. Jason's going to be doing everything else, and I'm just going to stand here drinking my kombucha, looking good. Right, what's going on?
Jordan Jones heard giveaway.
Oh yes, we'll be doing giveaways at the end. We always do it at the end.
Yep. Robert Van Buren, there's a square box outline around faces. What's going on? That's my face.
Oh, that's a camera.
I'm pinpointed.
Right,
I'm
okay.
pinpointed.
It's a
We
sniper.
shall recognise that, right. So make sure you like all the comments so we know which ones you've done. That's all
Right.
good.
Okay, I
What's
shall.
the face recognition thing on there?
Likey.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Likey. Hi, Finley.
Well, what we will do, just for a second, while I'm sorting that out, if you change the camera angle for a second, Alex, to do the close-up, I will sort out why that camera is facial tracking.
Let's go.
You done?
Oh,
there you go. We're close.
Oh, that was fruity.
Okay, so let's find out why that camera is tracking.
We pause. This is weird. New camera angle. Hello.
Hello.
So, Jason.
Yes.
What have we got? What Dave's faffing?
Well, we've got lots actually today. We're going to talk about some new double cross items that we've got coming from Magic Smith, and we've got a whole load of Darryl products coming for you. Lots of them are on the site to pre-order now. We've got a response finally about Ring and Salt that somebody asked about a few weeks ago. We've looked into that for you. We've got some things that are back that have been out for a long time, and we've got some new items and some magic to show you, of course, as per usual. And we've got, of course, another Kirky book review, haven't we, Mr. Kirk?
We have my book corner.
Alex's book corner.
You can switch back now.
And we've got the amazing Mike Sullivan here as well, haven't we, Mike?
You have?
Back.
Say hello.
You should be so lucky.
Fresh from the shores of Essex.
Essex?
I don't know. It's just
Kent, mate. Kent.
what do you call me?
Boom, boom.
Very good.
Boom, boom. Right then, where to start?
David's
Where
back.
to start?
It's all
Dave's
fun
back.
here.
David's back.
It's too hot for this.
It is warm.
Joke's over now. Get rid of it. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Are we?
I want to know who gets that
We've
joke.
got the comments.
Interesting.
Yeah, it should be.
Cool.
Oh, no, we've got more. Oh, hang
Oh,
on.
you don't need me here.
Right, there you go. Right. Andy Tingley's there.
Tingles? It's just Andy's
Are you reading this out?
Andy's known
Yeah,
as
so
the
spare
shop.
box is gone. Scott Forrington says hi. Really interested in the key. How well made is it? Is it worth the money? I'm assuming you're talking about the key from last
Wayne
Friday.
Dobson's key. Oh, terrible.
oh,
Oh,
that
terrible.
key.
No, boy, that's crap. Oh, it's useless. Yeah, absolutely useless. So,
only
hello,
Mike was here to tell you
Mike,
about
it's
it.
brilliant.
Oh.
Right,
It
okay.
is very good.
Finley's already asking what's the giveaway.
The
we'll come
giveaways
back.
today, later on, we're going to be giving away Tournamation and Blow. So,
A blow and a tear from PropDog.
So, yeah, Tournamation by Manny Langfield and Blow.
Bye.
And Otter.
Juan Capilla, or Capilla.
Excellent.
Do we know what is blow? I don't.
Blow, that's the
Blow
one where
is
you
the really
you
nice
change.
card change.
You
Yeah,
blow
it's
like that and it
really
flips
good.
and changes the card.
Yeah, it's great.
So, yeah, you
These
put
are
it-
good things we're giving away.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are good
Of course we
giveaways.
give away good stuff.
I
We're
know,
PropDog.
but this is mental. I
I'm
mean,
going to
it's...
see our customers off with crap.
No, fair enough.
Otter's asking about the Darryl range. So he's asking, is it re-releases or new stuff that hasn't been seen before?
It's re-releases with, I think, tuition from Mark Lavelle seems to be on lots of the trailers. So it's, you've got the sensational, what's it called? The ropes. I can't remember what they're called now. The rope trick where you've got the 3 different colour ropes and you tie them together.
Rainbow
Rope Remix, it's called. It's on the website as. We've got neon, which are really bright, colourful ropes, and we've got the standard, which are red, white, and blue for you Remainers.
What's the Darryl rope effect with the red part of the rope?
Acrobatic knot.
That brilliant.
We've got acrobatic knot coming in on Monday as well.
And we've got ambitious there, and
Yeah, we've got. Well,
cube.
these are things we've already got in stock. So this is the enchanted cube that Greg Wilson's now brought out. Brilliant tuition from Greg, and we've got the Ultimate Ambition in red and blue too. But next week, as I say, we've got the rainbow ropes. We've also got.
Don't forget.
A thought. I think it's called Thought Exchange, which is like looks like a relatively easy cards across. Looks really effective. And there's also one called the Red Prediction, which is a nice little packet trick that's about a tenner, which is for a Darryl effect. Well,
it's basically called the Legacy range, isn't it? So they've sort of launched Darryl's Legacy range. So it is all his old stuff, the stuff that he's done previously, but re-released, smartened up. Made a bit brighter.
That rope trick is brilliant.
Rob Simmons got the Dave Lucy reference, so good. We were wondering if anyone would actually get that, but yeah. Check out the amazing Alakazam live show.
Yeah, it's very good.
And Ottar liked Wayne Dobson levitating on stage. So well done, Mike.
Do you know how that was done? It was Mike dressed in a black suit, lifting him up like this and going, putting him down again. Yeah. Took him weeks to train for that.
Finley's asking about the possibility of you going away, Dave. I don't know if he's looking forward to it, but I'm
not leaving. Trust me. I'm sacking myself. I'm sacking myself. Yeah.
Finley's rubbing his hands together.
There's a very, very small possibility that I may be going away from end of May till mid-June, but just possibility.
Yeah. Oh, and Andrew Tingley, how can I get hold of Mike? Made a new trick and trust his advice.
Don't trust Mike.
On go forward.
On what?
I don't know, how do I get hold of Mike? Made a new trick, so I guess
he's made
he must have made a new trick and he wants your advice.
Just drop me an email.
Drop me an email at mike@dtrick.com.
I wouldn't do it today, he's been in one of those moods, to be honest.
Yeah, he's
not. I wouldn't bother him.
Don't bother him today. He's been a bit of a grump today.
The email you get back might be quite, amusing, worth sharing.
Oh, here's one. So Rob Newsman asked about 4 nightmares.
The power went off in here as well. The power's gone off on there, which is all the plugs, so there must have been a power surge.
Walter, it's not your computer, it was our power. We've had a little bit of a power surge, so everything went off.
Everything, and the phone's gone off as well.
And the phone's, oh no, we've lost our close-up camera, everything. But we're back.
All the orders, all the influx of orders then, when we talked about Darryl.
So I hope,
I had 30 seconds of me.
I hope you all managed to enter the competition to win nothing 2.0.
That has never happened before, literally. That is...
Yeah, well done if you won the competition to win the Dean's box that we just did. That was
and my levitation.
Basically that is powered in over there to a plug over there. The camera's plugged in over there, and the iPhone's plugged in over there. So literally all the powers just went off in one go. So but we're back, and it looks like it's a continuous stream, which is amazing. Which means no interruption.
That's good. So I was saying before the power. I think somebody doesn't want me to tell you this, but ropes for 4 nightmares. So. They're ropes. They will get dirty, and that trick requires practice. So you can
clean your hands before you use it.
Yeah, you can either. No, it may sound silly, but you can either obviously wash your hands before you practice. That's not going to solve the problem. You can wear gloves. Genuinely, I've heard people wearing gloves because they're expensive. It's expensive for the rope. No. Right. But you can use some Vanish, and Vanish is a good way to get the dirt off. Right. The best thing to do, and for those of you that are performing it, is to once you've learned it. I had someone on the email the other day that says I'm buying another set because they've used that first one as their sort of practice, and now they're not going to need to practice again because they know it, and they'll use their fresh set for performance. Right.
Vanish will work on it. Baby wipes are also very, very good, but you can also very lightly bleach them. Okay, so get a little bucket, put some really hot water in it, and just a couple of capfuls of bleach, put it in there and leave it in there for about an hour. Don't put too much bleach in it. When you bring it out, it should be a hell of a lot whiter. If it's not, just do a touch more bleach in it. Ideally, you want about 5% bleach, and that will work wonders.
The heat of the water is not going to affect the magnet.
No, not in the slightest. No. Right. Just a tiny little bit of bleach in it, and that should completely whiten it. But try a baby wipe as well, and that will work really, really well. Baby wipe's amazing.
Don't, as it was suggested, I had a chat with someone. I can't remember who it was. But don't try and make the rest of the rope dirty to match it. I mean,
James Cowan
it is obviously the best way.
And you can't dye the rope either.
No,
because the gimmick won't stop. Right. Any idea when Pocket Nightmare will be back in? That was from Barry Green.
It's available for pre-order now on Penguin,
Yeah.
but there's no indication of
Everyone sold out worldwide. Penguin, who created it, sold out. Literally everyone. I think we had the last.
I think we had the last
yeah,
one.
we had the
Yeah,
last
we
batch.
did.
Yeah.
Okay, Otter's worried about the hot water affecting the glue.
No, I mean, as long as you're not boiling water, you shouldn't have any problems on it, because as soon as you take it out, if it is a heat glue, which I don't think it is, it'll just cool when you take it out, so you shouldn't be right. Literally hot enough that you can put your hand in, it's like, oh, that's hot.
Just
not hot enough to
washing up
scald
hot.
you. Yeah,
Right.
really hot. Yeah.
Michael Cooley wants to
Above
know
60 degrees.
any new kids magic. Jason.
Funny old thing, Michael Cooley said that.
Oh, crikey.
I don't think there is really. I think that's probably the
No.
answer by Jason's scratching his head. New kids magic that we've got
No,
in.
there's nothing really new this week.
Not this week.
Is
no,
there
I'm just trying to
anything
think.
we've not talked about that we've got in?
We've not talked about the frame.
It's
The
brilliant
silk
trick.
frame is brilliant.
Do you want to get it out?
Yeah, we can't demo it
And the
though,
frame.
Why? What's
just because there's a bit of setup involved.
Oh, is it?
Set it out.
Go on then.
Yeah, Michael set it up while we're talking, and then when he's ready, we'll
There
get
should
it
be
and have a
some
good look at
balloons
it.
in the drawer where the birthday candles
About
are.
time Mike did some work here today.
Yeah, we'll try and set the silk frame up for you, because that's a lovely effect. Really good. If you do 20th, well, it's basically 20th century silks.
I used to do a card revelation with this.
Mike used to do a card revelation with this.
Mike used to do card revelation with that.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did.
That's very interesting.
Matt Crook's pleased with his new hip wallet.
Good.
Okay.
And Jason, thanks for the comedy magic recommendations. That's from Finley.
Oh, good.
Oh, and Andrew Tigley said you gave him some good advice earlier in the week as well.
Well, I
So
do
well
try.
done. Well
I
done.
do try. Thank you. I'm pleased you appreciate it. It's
See, there's a reason I hired him.
yeah, it was the hair.
Gary Simpson received Venom Cube today. He's loving it.
Oh, it's so good, that trick.
And he says thank you for the gift we included. I don't know what that was, but
Free deck of cards.
oh well, there you go.
We give out a free deck of cards with every order over £50,
when we remember.
if we like you.
We're going to get an influx of people going, I spent 60 quid, I didn't get them.
It's One Direction Kids Magic.
Wow.
Let me think about that. Yeah.
Don't confuse it with You Want a Snake, whatever you do.
If you're going to a Jimmy Savile reunion gig, it might be, yeah. But other than that,
Paul Sunderland's getting a clicking sound, so I'm not sure if
that'll be you tapping your fingers
That'll be
on
the
there.
pet dolphin.
Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. Where's Boba, by the way?
Boba's in
Boba,
it.
yeah.
Oh,
Boba's
Boba's
Is
asleep.
anybody else getting a clicking sound?
No, that we mentioned. So should we move on? Should we do the first?
What's that clicking? Hello, Bobes. I haven't seen Bobo.
Here's his
today.
Bobo. I know everyone's been missing Bobo.
You want to come up? Yeah.
Oh,
Say hello.
she's tired.
You were asleep.
Just
weren't
woke her up.
Sorry, what was the question? Somebody said something.
you? Clicking.
Clicking
Was there
sound.
any
No,
clicking?
somebody said
Is anyone
something
else getting clicking?
Oh,
Oh.
you're getting that. It's coming off of something. I think it's coming off of that computer when you get a comment.
Oh, turn the volume down.
There was an update earlier on that said something about noises coming through. Tell me a joke, Jason.
There you go. There's one.
What do you call a man in a pile of leaves?
I don't know. What do you call a man in the pile of leaves?
Russell!
Greg, because that's his name. He's just got a leaf fetish.
Is that a sound? No, that made you jump, didn't it, Bobo? If there is a clicking, we're not hearing it this side, but we will look into that. It's probably just this new update with a click thing as a.
It's that.
That's the sound, right?
Yeah, that's the
It's playing a
comments.
message as it comes through. So this is something new from the update. Let me just see if I can get that off quickly. Hang on. So right, Karen talking, guys, while I'm doing this.
Let's do the first thing. What's the first thing?
Yeah. I'll look into that.
Well, let's talk about ring in salt, because this has the potential to be a
Yes.
very good trick. Okay, I'm really sorry that I can't remember the name of the person that asked about this. So this is what you get with ring and salt. You get a really, really well-made salt shaker and a ring box. Just as a caveat to this, you do require, and it says now on the website, you do require a magic wand, which probably isn't a problem for most magicians, but you also require some sort of ring vanishing cloth akin to any ring or the Bizarre de Magia.
It doesn't. You
Ring.
just need to be able to vanish a ring.
Well, you do, but the instructions
yes.
you get ask for
Can we switch
a
to
cloth,
close-up,
but you
Dave,
can
and
do
we'll
it
just,
with
Yeah.
a French drop
Just
or any
close
other
up.
way that you want to vanish a ring. So in essence, what this is, and I'm just going to talk. Can we show it, or
We were showing it.
no? As in, can we show what it? Can we show what it does?
No.
I don't think we can actually show the gimmick, but this is so. Jason gave this to me.
Oh, it's brilliant! It's well made.
And he said, "Look at this. Check this out." And as far as I could tell, it was a completely normal, perfect, regular salt shaker. Possibly a very well made salt shaker compared to the one I used to get in the Wimpy.
But it's not.
But actually, it's not. That is the gimmick. So it is. I'd say it is examinable.
Yep.
To all intents
So the
and purposes.
routine would be, you get a man and a woman, or a couple, a married couple, up on stage, and you ask to borrow the wedding ring. You give the one of them the box with elastic bands wrapped around it, and so you're going to hold on to that for me. You can be the husband, Dave, for your and Alex's relationship. And I borrow Alex's ring. Then Alex would give me his ring, and I would vanish it using, according to these instructions, the ring vanishing cloth. So Alex thinks he's holding the ring here, when in fact the ring has gone. At this point, you whip the cloth away, and the ring has vanished. And you say, the ring has gone in the box. Dave, open up the box.
Not in there.
Oh, it is. It's invisible. You've just tipped it out onto the table.
Oh,
Here you go, Alex. Hold on to that for me. Now, with the salt shaker that's been here the whole time, I would like you to shake some salt onto your hand, because the salt will make the ring reappear. Da-da-da-da-da. And of course it doesn't work. But then what you hear is a rattle inside the salt shaker, and when you undo the salt shaker, the lady's ring is inside, and obviously it comes out with a bit of salt. So it's a way to borrow a ring, vanish a ring, and make it appear in an impossible location, in this case, a salt shaker. But it's great. It's really good. It's similar to... Can we talk about tricks it's similar to?
Yeah, you could do. Yeah, I think the vanishing ring box by Sans Minds would be amazing.
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah,
Any way
really
to vanish a ring will work, but if you're following the instructions verbatim, you need a cloth with a ring.
David
attached to it.
Acker's Natural Selections 1 has got a brilliant sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Ring vanish with a box, which
Yeah,
requires
and
no gimmicks. So
your
that's really good.
justification for getting the wand enables you to do all of the funny moves. So it's very clean by what I've
I
read.
have to say, it's very well made. It is very well made, and it's very similar to Billion Marker by Nick
By
Einhorn.
Nick Einhorn, yeah. If
Or,
you
wanna
know
or
how that
standard
works.
build tube.
Or build, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice because salt comes out of the shaker as well, so you've got salt in there too, which again hides the sort of fact that it can be. There's another opening, because obviously if there was another opening, there shouldn't be salt in the container. But
No, it never occurred to me. I had a good look at it.
yeah, it's very good,
very good,
very clean.
very good.
But hopefully that answers
$59.99.
it for you. It's a difficult one for us to perform on the live, because obviously there's a camera. It's not easy to perform on camera with stuff like that. But yeah, it's great. It's really good.
$59.99.
Right.
I should move back over here.
Hopefully, guys, the sound effects have gone on. We've muted the sound effects, but just as we were going live, there was an update come, and the update came on, and one of the new things on the update was this little click sound. But now that we started the live, we can't go into the preferences to turn it off, so I've muted it, and hopefully now you're not getting the noise. But again, I hadn't even noticed it, so thank you for letting us know. We are continually getting better, and as you may notice, the whole setup is more professional this week than it was last week. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yep, so Shane noticed that it was the pop. Ring and Salt gimmick is... So this is Otter. Ring and Salt gimmick is brilliant. I used it for my signed and vanished coin before I got the Plus wallet. The Salt gimmick is one of those gimmicks that will last a lifetime.
Of course, yeah. Use a coin, brilliant.
Oh, Otto, yeah, your gig. He had a gig, didn't he, last week?
Oh yeah. How was it, Otter? Hopefully it was good. He did email to say that the Plus wallet went down really well on it. But yeah, you can always do the ring under the coin under Salt Cellar routine with it as well. There's loads of them out there.
Might also be on my desk in the corner.
Giovanni Livera has a great routine for
Salt and silver.
Salt and silver. Thank you. So yeah, and
Can Mike Close do
brilliant,
something with the
routine.
Salt
That is
shaker?
such a
loads
good
of people
routine.
have.
Yeah. So
Al Goshman had a great routine as well.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you can combine Giovanni's Salt and Silver with that, and end up with the ring and end up with the coins inside the salt shaker, that's awesome. What an ending.
So where's a coin under the Salt Cellar? Pick it up. There we go. Where's the ring? It's in the Salt Cellar you're holding in your hand.
Yeah, that would be great.
So Jason Staples asked about the book, so I will be briefly talking about a book soon, later on. Scott Farrington about the Vanishing Ring Box by Sans Minds. In the trailer, it looks like it can be done in the spectator's hands.
It's phenomenal, that.
Yeah,
that
Vanishing Ring Box is excellent, but they made a whole load of them, and once they sold out, they haven't made a new batch, and I don't know why, because it's crazy good, and we get asked about them all the time. But it doesn't really vanish in their hands as such. So the idea is, I've got a ring box here. There you go, that's my ring box. You hold it in your hand like that, you open it up, you put the ring in, and then you can give it to the spectator and get the ring out like that. I have a method where I actually press the gimmick and open it, so as they close the lid, it falls straight into my hand, literally as they close the lid. Then I just take it out, give them the box, and I've got it palm there. So yeah, it is amazing, but when they'll be back in stock, nobody knows if they'll ever be back in stock.
Ottar's gig went really well. He did the coin to Plus Wallet 6 times.
Good stuff.
The evening got really great reactions, and he even did 4 nightmares. So that's
Well done, Ottar.
Dared to show off.
Yeah, that's a ballsy trick to do.
Steve Lawrence has asked, Plus Wallet, is that the one you use for ring to envelope?
Yes,
David?
it is. Yes, yeah. If you watched the live, not last week but the week before, we went quite in depth into the Plus Wallet and a few things you could do with it.
Michael Brymer, the Salt Shaker is $59.99.
Yeah,
yep.
It's
But it's amazingly well made.
Yes,
It really is.
yeah.
It'll, you know.
German engineering.
Yep.
Vorspring Dock technique.
As is the silk frame that Mike set up
it's ready.
for us.
Oh, right.
Should we show it
Yeah,
quickly?
go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll move out of the way. You can do your thing.
Oh,
I've never
Dean
performed this, but-
Levy says hello.
Who?
Dean.
Oh, Dean. Hello, Dean.
So,
What do you think of the new setup, Dean? Good, huh?
I've never performed this, but
right, okay.
we'll give it a go. So, I have here one of these bags that I found in a church full of money, Alex, incidentally. But now, of course, there's nothing inside.
Oh, what happened to the money?
Ah, that's my hand. We're going to take the blue handkerchief. We've got a blue handkerchief that's the colour of the sky. We've also got 2 handkerchiefs that are the colour of my eyes. Okay, so what we do, we take the blue one, we put it inside. You say the magic words.
Abracadabra.
Wibbly wobbly, thank you. Let's stay brand specific. Give it a click, and amazingly, bum 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 bum, gone.
I'm staggered. Wow. Where'd it go?
Where did it go? Very good question, Alex. Now I'm
Yeah.
going to let you do this because I have here a very, very sharp pin.
Oh,
Okay, and if you take that pin, on 3, you are going to burst the balloon with the pin, and
Really?
hopefully the handkerchief will travel through the air invisibly and land in the frame. Are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go!
Hey, that's great.
How cool is that?
That is brilliant.
I love it.
That is
You
actually
know,
I
I've
love
seen
it.
that before.
I love it. I haven't seen that before.
So
And
visual.
actually, that looked amazing.
So I used to put
We can't see, Mike.
a
Can't see you there, Mike.
So I used to put a card with a silk with a card on it for a card revolution.
Good idea.
So the card
And you can
Yeah.
get those
Oh,
cards
yes.
printed
from PropDog.
at PropDog. Hashtag segue.
Yeah,
Visual.
it was very visual. So it's
That's
very
it. That's
I may have missed
really
the
good.
previous shows. Oh, right. Yeah, that's amazing.
Where did
Abra
you put-
versus
where did you
Revolve.
Put the little pin. Oh, it's here.
Abra versus Revolve,
Just a little
Jason.
Didn't we talk about that last week?
No, we haven't talked about it yet. And Luke looked at Abra for us earlier in the week, and honestly, I think the consensus was that we preferred Revolve. Abra takes a lot more setup because Revolve is done for you, but there are things you can do with Abra that you can't do with Revolve. So it's a difficult one because they are very similar tricks. You've seen the trailer for both, right?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah, the Abra's the one that
Yes,
uses the
yeah,
plus one
yeah,
in the
yeah.
in the trailer. And there's a lot of making. They also say that it's examinable, but that is pushing it. I mean, it's examinable at a point.
Do you mean they're misleading you on the trailer?
I wouldn't say misleading because you can do work to make it examinable, but it's not as examinable as Revolve, where you've
cleaned up Revolve, haven't you?
cleaned up almost
so you are-
instantly.
Yeah.
Whereas Abra takes a bit more. It's not. They're making it look like you do the change and knock yourself out, have a look, but that isn't the case.
If you
The
were to-
method's completely different, is it?
I didn't watch it, but from what Luke was telling me, the method is very different. Yeah,
Okay.
So if you were to buy which one, then which
I
one would you
personally would buy
personally
Revolve just because I've used it, and it's not something I would buy anyway. But I really enjoyed Revolve. Be that as it may, you might find people that prefer Abra. It really is personal preference. But Luke, that used to be on the lives, in case you didn't know who I was talking about. Luke's been helping us out in the shop. He looked at it for me on Wednesday, and he just said I'd go with Revolve. So I trust his
There you
opinion.
There we go.
That's
Right,
the truth.
Matej.
Mike, yeah, Matej is asking about Key Bite Out.
Now, is
Yeah,
that the
yeah.
illusionist one, or is it Mike's version?
Well,
It
we
says
just-
it's
Oh,
not
are
on the
you gonna sell
webpage.
Keep
It
Bites
said
Out?
last time it was shown. Thanks.
It's not. Last time it was shown.
So we
Oh.
have the illusionist one.
we showed it
Show.
last week.
Show
and
Bite
that
Out, yeah.
should be in stock.
It is.
Excuse me. If
Matej,
you want
yeah.
about Mike's version, the Wayne Dobson version, then that isn't. Let me just check the stock. Make sure it is on there.
This is
So,
the
yes.
Geraint
Key Bite.
Key bites here,
But-
Dave.
but-
Got
Yeah,
loads
but I
of
need
them.
to know is it on
But-
stock?
Yes,
by
it is.
Illusionist.
Did you have Bite Out? Was that yours?
Yes, that was ours. That was
So-
the same star as the key.
So Matej, yeah, if you could just clarify whether you mean Key Bite, which should be on our site,
Yeah,
and we've got in stock.
Yeah.
Or Key Bite Out, which is the Wayne and Mike's key thing,
Which we don't sell.
But at the same, just let's remind people, you spoke about this because I was on the way back from
Mike's version.
the
Mike's
funeral
version he
last
wants.
week. Mike, how much was yours?
Ours is 10 or more.
Yeah, so this was 20 quid. So not bad for £20.
Yeah, but we don't sell Mike's version, so
No.
you need to go to have you got them in stock, Mike?
Not at the moment. They will
All
be
right,
in stock
they're
in
not
the next
available at the moment.
week or so.
There you go.
Semitation, they will be in stock in a
Dietrich
couple of
dot com.
weeks. Mike's getting some more done. And Dietrich.
Yeah, we could sell them here.
And we might just be selling them soon. Right, okay, let's move
We'll
on.
sort you out anyway.
Well,
Should we
we're up
talk
to date with
about
the comments, aren't we? So,
Should we talk about the trailer for Psycho Bands? Because this
Yeah.
looked wicked. Like, I wanted to do something on the live, but in all honesty, if me doing one rubber band trick doesn't do this justice.
yeah, if any of us do this, it'll look okay. If you watch how it looks when you put a lot of practice
Yeah.
in, which we don't have the time to put that kind of practice in, this is what it should look like.
I could do these effects instantly, like within 5 minutes practice, I would say, but not.
Should we talk about it after the
Are
trailer?
you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is what it should look like.
There we go.
That's
And
enough.
that's
Didn't need to
Psycho
see the whole lot, yeah, but gives you a little taste of what it's like. So yeah, it does look insanely good. They're all moves that we haven't seen before, aren't they? I mean,
I was surprised because actually
Yeah.
I was expecting the usual sort of linking thing, the stuff I've seen other people do with bands. And
There-
this seems much more visual and
There are some amazing changes where you've got a yellow band wrapped around your hand and it just turns blue. It's really cool. You also get some Rheinfleisch bands in here and some other rubber bands that we don't sell separately. But you get a variety of bands, and I think there's 12 routines maybe, but they're really well taught. You get it from different angles as
how
well.
much is it?
That is a good question.
$27.99.
Right, and it's obviously not a DVD that comes with it, so I'm guessing it's a download.
It's a download and
Yeah,
some bands.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Cool. There you go.
I really liked
Not
it.
too bad.
I mean, I haven't tried any of it, but
No,
I
but it
was
looks
very
great.
impressed. I have to
If
say.
you're the kind of performer that likes elastic bands and enjoyed things like True by many, this would be right up your.
But it's appearances.
Strata.
It's more appearances and vanishes that I was sort
Oh,
of
there's loads.
surprised by.
There's loads
So
on
it's
there.
good.
Yeah. There's
Anyway,
Charlie Robinson says, "Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Forgot what day it was. Mum had to remind me. One, Charlie, how can you forget? It's PropDog Friday." And Charlie's mum, thank you. Just you put him in his place. You know. Charlie's mum's a big.
I think Charlie's mum wanted to watch it, and she was annoyed that Charlie
You know
wasn't.
why Charlie's mum wants to watch the show, don't you?
She loves that.
Dean, that's.
Oh,
Was she going to come watch it live? Surely. So Dean Duggan, thoughts on Mind Power Deck, John Kennedy. So that's the classic Mind Power Deck.
Brilliant. About 15 years ago, I come up with a deck called Guesstimation Deck, and I thought it was brilliant. I fooled a load of magicians. I thought it was going to be the next big thing. And then somebody one day at a convention pointed out it was almost identical to Mind Power Deck. So, yeah, a real shame. But what's up, Bobo? Someone down there? So, yeah, it is brilliant. Well worth seeing. Have we missed a comment up there? Yeah, we missed a few of these, haven't we?
No, well, I've been liking them. Well, so there's some mornings from Andy Ray.
So,
Morning.
go down, other way. There you go. Right, so, come on, get with it.
Wait.
That's it.
Right,
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 stop
so,
a horse.
What are you looking for?
Just reading, you missing loads of comments on there. So there we go.
Yeah, no, but lots
So,
of people are saying hello, but we've got lots of questions.
I think Abra is a re-release item from Sans Minds called Travel by the same creator. Very possibly, yeah. Will you be getting gift box? Saw it at Blackpool, but I never saw it. Demo gift box to card effect. I don't know what that one is, Peter. Do you know anyone know what that is?
No,
I've not seen that.
I have no idea what that one is. So Matij says, "What the fuck? Come on, impossible." Absolutely.
He said WTF actually, rather politely.
Yeah.
That's a good segue.
Hi, Charlie.
Jeffrey says, have you guys looked at Arcadian envelopes? Yes, we used to sell them, but we no longer sell them because 90% of every single one we sent out was useless. We had to basically, the envelopes are like normal envelopes, but they do something extra. And if you know what it's like when you lick an envelope and seal it, which I'm sure most of you do, that was what they all arrived like. They were already kind of sealed. So there must have been some kind of dampness in the packaging or during shipping or whatever. But 90% of all the ones we got in stock, we end up having to throw away. We were sending them out to customers, not realizing they were stuck, having to refund everybody. So we opened them all and checked them, and something like 30 units were all screwed. So yeah, we won't be getting back in stock. It's just not worth the hassle doing it. Must be something to do with
Matej wants to know optics. Did we already show it? We showed it last week, didn't we? Or we not? Oh, we didn't show it.
We talked about it a few times, yeah, but I don't think anyone's actually physically learned it yet, have they?
It's not an easy one to dem, really. Yeah. It's
you must be watching the trailer on that one, Matij.
It's brilliant.
Do we sell empty bicycle card boxes?
We used to sell them, but they're no longer available. I think we might have the odd blue left. Red went out a long time ago, and we just can't get them anymore. However, yeah, we've got Phoenix ones in stock, and we've got our blank ones, the PropDog ones in there. So
Dean says Arcadian envelopes are fixed now. So
okay, well, if they are fixed, maybe it's worth just getting a couple in just to test on the next batch then and have a look. See what they're like.
Are they from Murphy's?
I don't know.
No, they're Theory 11.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ottar says the Hocus Pocus comic is brilliant.
Yes, we
excellent.
Sold lots of those.
Surprised by how cool it was. Yeah, it is very cool, and we do like it. So right, okay, let's talk about the Spectrum by Paul Wilson.
Spectrum, yes, okay. So Spectrum is. I think this is really good. This is really good. I don't do card magic. You probably hear me bang on about this every week, but I don't do card magic at all. And the good thing about working at PropDog for me is I have to look at this stuff that I wouldn't otherwise bother with. And this is really good. Really good. I'll do you a quick.
See, I don't get to see any of this stuff. I'm downstairs making everything, so I've got to rely on all these guys to get all this in. So this is the first time
I'm just going to get some.
Yeah. So I will. I'll try and do this for you the best I can. Obviously, forgive me if it goes wrong. Dave, do you know what this is?
It's a deck of cards.
It's not just any deck of cards, Dave.
It's
actually no, it's not. It's actually a colour changing deck.
Ooh.
Because if I click like that, amazingly, the cards change colour.
But I didn't see the cards are red in the first place.
No, it's that's true. You didn't. But basically, Dave, I'll be honest with you. I've just lost the blue box.
Oh, okay.
But we've got blue cards.
Yep.
And we've got cards. Now I want you to have a look at one of these cards. Don't tell me which one you've chosen.
Let's go close up on this, shall we?
Should we do a close up?
Let's go close up.
Tell me when we're on.
There you go.
There we go. So I just want you to have a look at one of these cards.
Yep.
Tell me when you've got one.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Fantastic. So this is how it's going to work. I'm going to take the cards and I'm going to mix them face up and face down like this. I'm going to take them off. And if you see your card face up, that means that your card is obviously face up. If you don't see your card, that means your card is face down. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So I'm going to go through like this so you can see the pairings. I'm just going to go through and it's going to mix them. So what this is doing is it's mixing them face up and face down. And so you've seen your card, so it's face up. That's fine. We're going to go through the whole deck. So your card is one of the face up cards, correct?
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine. No problem. Okay. Don't know what's gone on. Something's gone weird here. Okay. Something's gone strange.
Roll with it, Jason. Roll with it.
We'll roll with it. What was the card you chose, Dave?
It was a 9 of clubs.
9 of clubs. So you can see they're thoroughly mixed. You've got face up, face down all the way through, correct? We're going to find your card, the 9 of clubs. There it is. Fantastic. We're going to bring it to the top. Now, what's cool about this is if I click.
Yeah, let me just zoom in on this a bit.
You pay attention to Jason.
Yeah. What's cool about this is if I click, the cards write themselves.
Ooh.
Yeah. But remember I said this was called the colour changing deck?
Yes.
What I'd like you to do, Dave, is just turn over your card. It's not the colour changing deck, it's actually the colour changing card.
Ooh.
But the deck changes as well.
Ooh.
So that is the colour changing deck by Paul Wilson.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
a
Very nice.
really, really nice trick. Yeah, they're not
I like that bit.
Yeah.
not rough and smooth or anything like
Yeah.
that. It's a really
Is
nice
that
trick.
zoomed in?
If you
We can
don't
do the zoom in.
card magic, I'd highly recommend this as a beginner effect because it uses certain principles, and obviously it's quite forgiving there because I don't know what happened. I've obviously just taken a few extra cards when I was cutting through them, but you still get away with it.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And if you're a beginner to card magic like I am, it's quite nice to have that little.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
You
You're not technically a whiz at cards, and
Not at
you
all.
did that perfect. Yeah,
Not at all. Not at all. But this is one of those tricks. We talk about people doing close-up magic to start with. That would be a good trick. That even that went. I'd say that went wrong. If I'm being honest, like there were four cards at the end that shouldn't have been there.
From
but
your perspective, but not from mine.
fine. Okay. Fine.
From my perspective, that was perfect. Yeah.
But if you're performing this as an opener, if you're new to doing walk around magic, we talk about tricks that are self-working. We talk about tricks that have a bit of gives you a bit of confidence once you've done it, and that is one of those tricks.
There's a lot of magic there.
Yeah, there's a lot of magic. There's a lot of magic there.
Yeah.
It's really, really nice. You've got the showing all the cards turn around the right way. You've got the whole, and at this point,
What's the reset like on it?
Not bad. It would take probably a minute before
Okay.
you could do it again, but not difficult
So
really.
not instant, but yeah. Okay,
No,
that's still good.
But
yeah.
Paul does talk about, and it's Paul Wilson, so it's taught by Paul Wilson. Obviously, his tuition is brilliant on the download. He does talk about a trick that you can do straight away with the cards and the condition they're in that almost resets the deck as you're doing it.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a regular card trick, you end up doing it with some of the cards that are in the pack, and in doing that trick, it gets it back into gets a reset for you.
Cool.
But I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
That sounds
Awesome.
pretty good. Pretty
It's a really
thorough.
nice
The
trick.
price on it is $29.99.
That's a bit of a bargain compared with other releases recently, I think.
That shall remain nameless. Yeah, it's a cool trick.
Okay, so brilliant. Andy Tigley's talking about loads of red. I have loads of red. I'm assuming that's the card boxes
Yes.
he's got. So I don't know if you want to link up. I don't know. Can you show the crystal tube 4 inches and 6 inch size? I'm not sure we've got two sizes. Have we got a 4 inch size, Jason?
I didn't know there were two
What was in
sizes.
the trick? No, I've only ever seen one type. I don't know why you'd want it. What's that? That must be 6 inches.
That's got to be 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It was gonna happen. I can't. But I was resisting, and then oh no, you're a children's entertainer, and that.
Well, this is why I do it here.
He's an
I can't
adult
do it on the
entertainer
weekends.
now.
Yeah.
And you've gone.
So
You've gone
well,
red, Jason, which
I'm
is
just
interesting.
very warm in here.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
warm.
I've got a day off tomorrow.
Have you? No gigs.
No,
What
not
kind of
tomorrow.
work here?
I'm going to the football.
Oh, you can come in.
James Chin says that John Armstrong's re-released his own comic, Smoke and Mirrors.
Oh,
Yes,
right, okay.
somebody mentioned that, didn't they? Was that last week? Somebody talked
I
about
don't
that.
know. Daniel Rick says you can buy the empty card boxes direct from. Look.
That's 8 inches.
I don't know why you'd need a longer or shorter one than that because you,
Well, you
need
wouldn't
to
want
have, you need to have the room to get the silk. The silks have to be big
Yeah.
enough to be seen, and you want to have the gag where they fall out the other end. And yeah, I'll have a look on Murphy's, but I don't see why.
I think they're a standard
smaller
size. Usually are they? And they're pretty good to
Yeah.
get the silks in.
Yeah.
Daniel Rick says you can buy bicycle
Direct
boxes
from-
direct from bicycle themselves. Yeah.
That's probably why we can't.
Matt Crook, do you guys have or can you get rainbow cards? Not a rainbow deck. It's where you take a photo on a phone with flash on and an empty wallet, etc. Reveals a playing card on the photo.
Oh, yes.
I don't know. We can look into it, see if we can get them. But yeah, I don't know the effect, whether it's available via Murphy's or not. I don't know. We've had a few other contacts.
Mike knows.
So yeah, Mike will look into it for you.
Mike knows everything.
Is that delivery? Is it?
Jason Staple wants to know, have we got How's That In by Michael Fitch?
We do.
Yeah.
And what do we think of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you like
on,
cricket?
it's on
Brilliant.
par with Turbo Stick, with a little bit more sort of.
Well, it's
pizzazz,
nice.
I
It's
guess, with a
nicely,
nice ending to it. Yeah.
it's nicely themed,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
The ending's good.
Yeah.
The cricket
I-
ball's good.
I personally prefer Turbo Stick because I think it's got more variety, but yeah, it's good.
Stephen Lumley says, thanks for pin, fantastic trick.
Yes,
Daniel
we're going
Ricks.
to talk. Are we talking about that today?
We are going to talk about it, yeah.
That is a good trick. That is a lovely
I've
trick.
reset the frame just in case you want to shout again, because
Alright.
you can put the balloon in.
Oh, brilliant.
Daniel Ricks is giving you a little bit of helpful on your spectrum, Jason.
Yeah,
Watch when dribbling at a certain angle, there was a lot of flash.
Oh, okay.
So I think
Possibly
perhaps when
due
they
to
were
a very
falling.
low camera angle on the close-up, possibly
Yep.
why on that one, yeah.
Sebastian Blickby says the Wilson trick was great, so like that.
Good. Thanks for the advice as well, guys. Because obviously I don't claim. You know, if it was a kid's magic trick, then yeah, fine, I do them all the time. But yeah.
Michael Cooley says Phil Plus, a great trick to start with for beginners. Would it be?
Absolutely,
Brilliant.
Absolutely,
No,
yeah.
it's not.
Mike's like, no. Mike doesn't like the fact that we did a video for Phil Plus the other day because it's one of these tricks that those who know and those who do it kind of want to keep it to themselves. Yeah, underground, as Mike says. Yeah, they don't want everyone doing it, but yeah, it's perfect for beginners. It is practically self-working. All the skill is in the presentation. So yeah, Michael, no problem at all.
Yes, that's 100% true. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, that would never. It should never go wrong, should it?
I can actually remember having it performed on me before and being blown away by it. I've got that sort of newbie to magic sense, and I can remember that feeling of like I've got no idea.
Between me and you, I just joined the South London Magic Society, and they asked me to do one trick, and that was the one I did, and I fooled them all.
Yeah, because no one knows.
They all knew the Fred trick, but they didn't know
Yeah.
the second phase.
Yeah.
Going back 20 odd years.
Andrew Tigley says it's a lot like cheek to cheek. I'm assuming it's the spectrum.
It is, very similar.
Similar. Like the video Dave did. When is the Spider Band ITR trick out? Oh, we mentioned that last week, didn't we? Someone said.
Basically, it was a trick released at Blackpool. We're yet to track down who has it. We don't even know if it will be available to wholesale. You may only.
That was the guy I was going to introduce you to.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So I've still got his details.
Yeah, okay, yeah. We still don't know whether we can get it wholesale. Hopefully we can, but yeah, at the moment, just no ideas.
Michael Cooper says it's a cube box. I'm not sure. We mentioned.
Oh, the crystal box.
Oh, the crystal box.
Right.
Oh,
Crystal
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Right, there we are.
Didn't you say crystal tube?
Crystal tube.
Yeah,
I'm sure he said tube. I'm sure I saw he said tube. Hang on.
Yeah.
I won't go back and check it. It might be my fault.
Yes,
I'll take the rap.
The
I'll take the
crystal
rap.
cubes do come in different sizes. Yeah, we've done it on a previous show. We did it on the show that we emulated the Wizard product review.
That's right. Yeah, the
And,
Wizard PropDog review.
The Wizard PropDog review, and we had the puppet throw up the stars, whatever it was in the.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get them out. I know they're underneath everything, but.
Andy Ray says going to see Southampton. Neil play Jason.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
Is Andy?
Andy, are you going?
I'll text you.
It's not due. It's Q box comes in 4 and 6. Yes, Michael, we're going to sort that out. Mike is running around trying to sort it out. Tom Brace says the Highgar rainbow cards. Oh, that'll be.
Has your device turned up yet, Tom?
Tom, is your device turned up?
Yesterday,
Yep. So the Highgar rainbow cards. Can we get those in? Is that a Murphy's product?
We'll have a look.
We'll have a look.
We'll
have a look, guys.
Mike, do you want to write that down?
Which that? What's that?
The
Highgar rainbow cards.
Highgar. I'll
Higar.
I'll type it in now.
Andrew,
Not room for 3 people here, is there?
Andrew Tigley very kindly says that the flash wasn't Jason's fault. It was the camera angle.
Thanks, mate.
So obviously, because Dave wouldn't notice, it was.
Well, I didn't notice. No,
So
definitely no flashes for mine.
it's one of those things. When we say actually, it's really hard to demo stuff. It's because
it's really
the
difficult
camera
to demo
angles and the
stuff to you
framing
guys
is tricky.
because It's not very forgiving.
No.
Being on camera, it's tough.
Boom.
Barry
There you
Green says Phil Plus is back in his case, so I think Dave, you've given life.
Yeah, you have.
Inspire people. Yes.
You've got people digging back in their drawers.
You certainly have. Lots of people are commenting on it saying I'm going to get mine out again now, or mine was in the selling pile and it's now not.
My handling is very slightly different to the handling that comes with it, and there's even a new handling with Phil Plus outdone. So yeah, they're all very minutely different, but my handling is the one on the video, and that's the one I just come up with, and I find it works. So yeah.
Do you want to quickly, because I get this from getting this a lot, and I honestly don't know. Can we just quickly go through what the differences are between them all, because people are asking.
Right. So Phil was the original one, and it's a one-way trick. So.
That's a Freudian slip. Remember I learned one.
No, no, show now.
So, is it worth getting them?
No, because all sealed up. Yeah, all sealed up. Yeah. So yeah, basically it's a case of you say name a card, and I'll think of a card, and I'll tell you what the name is, and they say 4 clubs. No, sorry, you say it's Phil, and they go or what is a card? 4 clubs, and you open it and it's 4 clubs. It's a one-way trick. It's like Phil Plus, but one way.
It's the half of the trick.
So they basically they name a card. You say it's called Phil, and then you show that it's called Phil on the back, and that's the end of the trick.
Yeah. And now with Phil Plus 2, it's the one you saw in the video.
Yep.
No, sorry, the Phil Plus. Phil Plus, yeah.
We call it, don't we?
Yeah, it's called Phil Plus, but there's new instructions that come with it, so it's called Phil Plus Outdone. So Trevor, I mean, you've made it so confusing for people, but but there we go. So there's Phil Plus Outdone, which is the same as Phil Plus, just new instructions, and then there's Phil Plus 2. Now Phil Plus 2 is the same as Phil Plus and Phil Plus Outdone, but it's boys and girls, but it's Americanized names. So there's names like Bird and Brad and all these kind of Americanized names, which I think doesn't work in the UK at all. I've got one in my case, should I have to repeat it, but you can't do the lovely handling as you can in my video when you say think of a lady's 4-letter name, which is the beauty of it. So you can't do that. So you just got to say here, touch a card, and it doesn't work as well. So that's Phil Plus 2. So I don't do that. I recommend Phil Plus or Phil Plus Outdone. And then you get the blank ones. Now the blank ones, you can do your own names on them. So it's Phil Plus 2, but do your own name. So rather than worry about Americanized names, So let's say we've got an Indian community not far from here. So any Indian people come in, we'll put Indian names on them. But let's say you're going to a trade show, you can then put all the different makes. Let's say you're doing a car launch, you can have Ford, Nissan, Peugeot, all the different names on it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, have the keyword as your client's name. So whatever brand you're doing. So the Phil Plus. Phil Plus and the blank Phils are the ones I recommend.
Or Phil Plus Outdone, which is the same as Phil Plus.
I consider doing the blank on in kids shows, because you could then make it relevant to them.
Oh yeah, you can do anything.
But you're handling
characters, Pokemon characters.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the handling that you did isn't in the instructions of any of those decks.
No. The handling I did is the one you saw in the video. If you do buy it and you want an instruction of my handling and all the subtleties, let me know. I've got 2 YouTube videos on private links of my explanations just performing to people in the shop. I'm always happy to send you those if you want. So but once you purchase it, obviously.
That's what I
right. Are we happy with the crystal cubes, crystal caskets? Does anyone want to see anything more about them? So
well, there you go. So
that's the size wise. I presume it's just a size comparison you wanted to see, and they all work pretty much the same way.
That's what a can looks like next to that. Give some reference.
Deck of cards.
Yep. Ian Smith is asking about making. Oh, here we've done this before. Extreme burn with the new £20 notes. So
yes. So Alan Rawson very kindly gave us some tips on making the new ones, and mainly the tip is the plastic notes, they don't fold very well. Okay, you fold them, they want to pop back open, and the crease is never very good. So what Alan has said is slice the notes exactly in half with a very sharp knife and a ruler, and then use some invisible tape to mend them. You won't see the invisible tape on them. And rather than using Elmer's, use Eva stick, the green higher strength Eva stick. It sticks a lot better to the plastic notes, and then you should be able to make it just as well.
Tom Brace is collecting his device from the post office in a minute.
Yay.
He can't wait. Phil, when did Double Cross come out with all these other stampers?
Oh, speaking of which.
Yes. So we now have some new additions to the Brilliant range that is Double Cross. This is the Jumbo Double Cross. Massive pen, massive cross. What can I say? It works.
It's just got bigger,
the exact same way, but in a bigger version. Yeah, it's great. Stage version, as is the Double Cross. What I like, and we've had a few people ask about in the past, is the fact that we've now got stampers with card values on. So if you don't want to just do a cross or a heart, you can now do it as a card reveal if you so wish. That's really all I've got to say on it. But they're on the website. They're on recent editions. Just type in the word stamper, and you'll get the product, and you'll get all of the different options there as well.
So I'm guessing that is, if on stage, then someone could then hold their hand up, and I guess people from a distance would be able to.
It's a big cross. Luke did it on me, and I'd say it took up my entire fingertip.
Right. So if you were on stage and
you'd see.
That's quite a good idea.
Yeah.
I was sceptical, but now I'm kind of think maybe
it's good. But yeah, it's a whole.
Mike's still sceptical. We've got Mike all day. Mike's
looking constipated by the camera
all day.
yeah, but it's new in from Magic Smith, and they're on the website.
Yep,
You can-
so,
Phil
Phil-
did it on me earlier. Look at the size of it. It's massive. I mean, it's an amazing cross. It's really good. Yeah.
That's called quadruple cross by
Yep.
Jeff
So
Austin.
Phil, yep. Look, Jason. As Jason said, there are lots of different stampers now, so you can get Queen of Hearts and whatever for the cards.
Yep.
Um,
And they're of course interchangeable. So if if you're doing it and you want to switch it halfway through a gig, you can.
right. Will we have Darryl's Crossed Thought next week to review? Yes,
Monday.
we will.
Monday's
There we go,
coming
Chris. Coming in Monday, so we'll have a long time to do it.
Pre-order now.
Short man's laughing
If there are any
away.
left, of course.
Tom Brace had a dream last night. I'm assuming that's about you, Dave, and buying mystery blocks
Yes,
from you.
I was sending out that nationwide. There should have been lots and lots of you should have had the same dream about buying mystery box. Yeah, that's it's a new thing I'm working on. It's a new way of promoting our products. We send you these visions in your sleep.
Okay, Andy Tigley wants your instructions for Field Plus.
Yeah.
Samuel Watson wants to see a Wand to Snake demo.
A one to snake. We have a one to snake. Not One Direction.
Crikey,
One
One
to
to
snake.
You've worked all day, isn't it?
1 second.
Yeah, one to snake was the inspiration for One Direction.
Anyway, Andrew Phoenix is asking if we're looking for someone to work 1 or 2 days a week. I'm assuming that's for him as opposed to someone else. I
We
don't know.
will soon be looking for a full-time member of staff, but not for part-time at the moment. Yeah, you're welcome to come in and have a chat. You never know. There's always times when we are looking for a bit of extra help, just like one-off.
James Chin heard that the double cross stamper is kind of fragile.
Is it kind of fragile?
I don't do it honestly, so I can't give
They
a.
used to be. They used to be made out of felt, but now
They're
they're made
rubber.
out of
They're
plastic.
rubber now,
They're
aren't they?
rubber,
Yeah,
so much better.
Peter Burke said, "Where's that going to go?" Oh, I found out. I'm assuming that's the cross. I don't know, or something. I'm not sure.
Not sure.
One snake.
It's not fragile, but it's easily lost, says Sean Mann. So I think that's probably that's the main reason
the
people
main-
buy refills. Is basically they've left it somewhere. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just reading Rich Garris's comment there. Oh, the advertising dreams what caused the power outage.
Yeah. Yeah, got some subliminal advertising going on behind it. A huge thank you to the entire this is Daniel Ricks. A huge thank you to the entire PropDog team. I received my Etienne Predier Houdini DVD last week. I missed last week's live, so I had to say thank you this week.
You're
Thank
most
you,
welcome, Daniel, and congratulations on winning it. So, what's that in your hand, Jason?
It's a snake!
Oh my
Whoa!
god! So that is 1 2 snake. Yeah, and that is the
Bobo
inspiration.
don't like it.
No, it's actually longer.
Longer than that, yeah.
It's not a real snake, Bobo. Don't worry,
Oh,
it's not a real snake.
Bobs, it's all
Yeah.
right. It's all right.
So yeah, this is definitely the inspiration behind the PropDog Wand Direction, and
That is
it's quite long. Yeah,
That's great,
Yeah,
isn't it?
there you go.
That's good.
It's not
don't worry,
everybody-
Bobo. It's not real. There we go.
So we're up to date. So should we move on to the next?
Yeah, what's next?
Do you want to talk about a book? We always leave you to the
Well,
to
just
last.
very
don't we,
quickly,
Alex?
we just want to remind everybody that we've had our flash delivery. There's been a few problems getting our flash paper recently because it does come from China, and obviously with the coronavirus out there, there was a lot of delays. So it finally arrived, and we have all the flash stuff back in stock. Flash notes, flash euros, flash cards, paper, string, the lot. So yeah, that's all back in stock, and bags are back in stock as well. I know they're just bags, but these are really, really hard to get in the UK. So these are bags you can use for astonishing bottles and
Perfect for astonishing.
the Nielsen squidgy bottles, and for any kind of mirror effect where you've got the old mirror and the glass that show the bag empty. And then we've just got the recent, the new smaller ones in, which a few people have asked us if we can get these in. Mainly for Rubik's Cube magic, for doing stuff with Rubik's Cubes, but they're also perfect for smash and stab routines as well. So if you have any smash or stab routines, they are the perfect ones for those. So yeah, we have both of these in stock again. So they've been out for a while, but now back in.
All on recent editions as well.
Yes.
Sebastian Blickley, what's the double cross effect?
What? Double cross.
Where have you been? Oh,
Double cross is brilliant.
yeah, double cross is probably one of our best-selling tricks in terms of numbers sold. Not the best, but amongst the best. And that, I think, is mirrored pretty much throughout every magic shop in the world. They must have sold, I would say well over tens of thousands, probably 30, 40,000 of them. So it's definitely worth getting. And yeah, and the routine is it's based on the old ash effect. If you get somebody's hand, you turn them over and you've got some ash, you know, you rub it on your hand and then it appears on their hand. But it works with a cross. So there's a very clever gimmick disguised as a Sharpie. You can take a certain part off, grab somebody's hand, move it. And they get a little permanent mark on the hand. But at the other end of the Sharpie is a dry marker, so you can put a mark on yours, and you can say, "Here, watch. I'm going to take it off my hand. It vanished off here. You put it on somebody else's hand, and there we are. It's on there." So that's double cross.
Did it, didn't he?
Did he? I don't know.
It's very popular. It's very easy to do, but it's used by workers and hobbyists around the world. It's pretty good.
Where have you been?
Andy Ray says you'll have someone's eye out with that. Will we be stocking metal phone?
We talked about this last week. Unlikely. I don't think Jo is going to be releasing it wholesale. It's so hard for him to make, so expensive for him to make, and it's very, very heavy as well. Yeah, so I think you can only get it direct from Jo and Miranda. Well, you can certainly only get it at the moment from Jo, and I don't think he's going to be releasing it for wholesale to anyone else. But who knows?
He's currently on.
Watch his space.
That's pretty much what Tom
taking orders for the July batch.
Yeah. So
there'll be a bit of a wait as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So Tom Brace, you're completely right with your comments there. So thanks for that. Daniel Ricks, basic fake Jordan. Okay, so Daniel Ricks, described double cross for you. Michael Brimmer, how much are the bags?
99p.
There you go.
Is that each or for?
Yeah. What, even the small one?
That's what you asked me to do.
Well, I thought the bigger one was 99 and the other one was slightly less.
We'll fight about this, Michael, later.
99p and 75 pence. How's that? There
okay.
Yeah,
I'll change it afterwards.
So that's a 25% discount already.
For a small, yeah. I know.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant both when I asked you.
Miscommunication in the shop. Yeah. They never listen to me. They just do their own thing all the time. Yeah. Downstairs. They make stuff. These guys sell it.
Scott Farrington says double cross with turbo stick is a blinder.
Yes.
Just like Cash showed me.
Yeah. Also double cross with cross. Can you get cross out? Yeah. So if you haven't seen cross, we'll get that and we'll show you that on the close-up. Because if you do double cross, this is a really good one to go with it.
So Sebastian, just put your order in and we'll get it shipped to you straight away. Close up. You ready?
I swear these new ones they've wrapped with cling film. Look, that's cling film. Look, they've wrapped these in cling film.
Go then, open up.
Right, okay. So cross is that's cool.
It is a cool trick.
But the red gimmick is it the red gimmick's not as good? Yeah, the red gimmick isn't as good as the blue gimmick. So I will show you the blue gimmick because the red one is too light. Shadows kind of affect it a little bit. It doesn't look quite as good. I haven't played with this for a while actually, so I can remember how to do it.
5 minutes beyond.
While you're setting up, shall we talk about a book?
Right.
Or are you ready to go?
Ready? Let's go live. Right, you want to go super zoom on this?
Oh, super zoom.
There you go. Right, so you can make the cross appear like that. Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
That look good.
Yeah, you want to see that? And it's gone. There we go. So to make it appear, you just cross like that, and then you can kind of move the cross from there to there. Oops, gone too far. Let's just go back a little bit. See, I'm not used to doing this. And then from there, you can just make it go all the way across to there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then wipe it off.
Yeah, and then from there you can just kind of wipe it off and then put it on your hand. But yeah, you can see it's beautifully made. I mean, it almost moves by little magic. You know, it's
that's great.
Yeah. So you can imagine drawing something on your hand, and getting it from here and transferring it straight onto the card over there. And you see, look, I'm going to take that. I'm going to move it over to there.
Yeah.
Or of course I can move it over to there.
Yeah.
Or we can just take it all the way off and then put it in your hand and then put it on their hand. So yeah, that is cross. But yeah, I find the red gimmick just doesn't hold up. You'd have to be in a dark situation to get away with the red gimmick, which is just
a shame. Nice that they give you both.
It is, but it's a real shame because most people will use red. But it's almost magical, isn't it? It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And it happens if you don't. It's so sensitive. You can just tilt your hand very slightly, and it'll work in different ways. So
I'm going to play with that.
You've got to know your route. That's your route on here. So you get instructions of the route it goes.
I can't believe that's been on our shelves, and I haven't seen it. You've come back quiet.
There's about 4,900 products around here that you haven't seen yet.
I know, but if you talk to Mike, eliminates 4,999 of them just like that.
That's great.
So, yeah,
that is brilliant. I like that. I've seen that on the video.
Again, it's underestimated, and it's a really well-made gimmick, and it's going to last as well. It's not one of these gimmicks that's just going to fall apart quite easily.
It's a good job I've not placed the order yet for Murphy's, because we might have to get a few more of those in.
Yeah.
Because we only have one.
So, one.
What?
Wow, oh, no, that's right. We had loads of them.
There's a
Well,
joke.
I believe
We had like 30.
We were
when it
out of
came out.
stock. Yeah, we were out of
okay.
stock of it.
We had
It's
like
only
30.
just come back. We had people asking about it a few months ago.
Right, okay, that's one.
I'll get some more for Monday if you'd like one.
So, Michael, the Phil Plus routine. Phil Plus doesn't come with Dave's routine. I think that's what you're asking. So, Dave's routine is something that Dave developed. But
Yes.
Phil Plus and Phil Plus Outdone are either of those you can do Dave's handling with.
Yeah, and it's practically as they're saying. It's just subtleties really, and slight variations in the direction of the trick.
We've got a joke from Andy Tigley for you, Jason. What's
Go
the
on.
difference between Sans Minds products and a bucket of shit?
I think we've had this one before. Not a lot.
The bucket.
Oh,
there we
fantastic.
go.
Boom,
Very
boom.
good. Should have seen that coming. But I'm blind.
Sebastian Blickley's pleased with our
They did have a
description.
few good tricks there.
When will there be a demonstration of Mind Yours and the Mystery by Paul
That's a
Martin and
point.
Jamie Raven?
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, come on,
Paul.
Paul.
Where's my, oh, I was
Get
going to say,
off
with
to
my phone, I'll
Norway.
give Paul a ring live on the show, but of course I'm
Should
using
we-
my phone for one of the
He's in
cameras.
Norway
Yeah,
as well.
Should we ring him on my phone?
We'll get it. Hmm?
Should we ring him on my
No,
phone?
We
if he's
were
in Norway, if he's in Norway, don't worry.
We
No
were meant
way.
to be getting him in. He was,
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
coming
Paul,
in, wasn't he?
I mean, Jamie's a lot busy at the moment for obvious reasons, but no, Paul was going to be coming in to do it, but
'Cause he's
he
better.
just, yeah. But he hasn't had a chance yet, so but we will.
Tom
Sorry,
Brace is
Paul.
ordering Cross right now.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I had Cross, but both cards got bent in my pocket and never worked. The
Yeah,
same
well,
again.
if you
gutted.
bend them, they're good gimmicks and they will last a while. But yeah, if you do keep them just in your pocket on their own and bend them, yeah, once they're bent.
Jason's only
Yeah,
ordered.
yeah.
But then you just need a JOL card holder to keep
Yeah.
it nice and do you see? You look after them
Absolutely,
that way.
yeah.
Tricky.
Paul Sutton, can we show Cross with the red card, please?
Can you add some more crosses to the Murphy's card?
I can show the red
7
card.
more?
It's going to give a little bit more away than I would have been happy giving
Oh,
away. But what the hell, yeah, we'll do.
How much is Cross, by the way? Do we know how much it
Hold
is?
on, I'll tell you.
How many should we get in, Dave? Because I think Mike's going to add some.
Get 10.
10 more.
Oh,
Yeah.
so. Are you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Crossy's $31.99.
So let's come up a bit over there. So yeah, you can take it and move it off or on the card, or you can move it across to this corner. Ooh,
Did you hear that?
this corner over here.
$31.99.
$31.99.
Yeah, so you can
Have
see
you-
it there. Tilt over here.
I see what you
tilt back
mean.
there. Yeah, you can see the
Yeah,
holes
yeah,
on it.
yeah.
It's not as well disguised
Oh, wow.
as it should be.
No,
But
no,
not
I
as
agree
happy.
with you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is true.
So I think we're pretty good that the blue card.
Yeah, go with blue.
Blue
Go
card,
blue, yeah,
just-
yeah.
even, I mean, I was watching it, it was incredibly deceptive. And I think actually the camera, if it works close up on that camera, then you're getting better look than most people. So
Yeah, you do need to practice though. The movements, you've got to get used to them. There is certain movements you got on the instructions there, and you have to do it just right. If you don't do it just right, it kind of jumps around. You've got to be willing to put a bit of time in just to practice and get it all smooth.
Cool trick. good
did we say how much it was?
$31.99.
Okay, how many have we got in stock?
One.
We'll have
11.
10 more.
11. I'll
Okay.
put them on. I'll put them on, and then they'll ship Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buy them over the weekend.
Yeah, so put them on pre-sale. Yeah, for Monday. Yeah.
Chris Kelly says double cross works well with invisible touch routines where you draw an X on a spectator and it
Yeah.
appears on the person. So very well done. Daniel Ricks says if you like the old Ashes on Arm trick, check out Bear
Yeah.
by the other brothers and Bear Mini, I suppose.
Yeah. Great trick.
Daniel Ricks,
Over there.
great combo. Oh yeah, right. We're up.
Spare minute.
Right, what's next?
5 past 5.
5+5 already.
Alex's book corner.
Do you wanna do
Book corner.
Alex's book corner.
Alex's book corner. Alex's book corner.
Oh no,
The card
Is
magic.
that Bobes?
The Card Magic of Edward G. Brown by Vanishing Ink.
Mike's having a fit behind the camera.
So Mike was teasing me by telling me that it was a rubbish book, and then eventually he admitted to having never read it, or even touched it, or looked at it, or anything. So I've been wound up all day. So you get the book, which I think is about 200 odd pages. Yep, so it's about 200 pages. 17 tricks, all card tricks, and some lectures.
Do you want to talk about the history of this book? Do you know about the history of it?
The book is, so the book's written by Trevor Hall, Edward G. Brown, and they communicated sort of during the Second World War, basically. So it's his letters, and when they met up, Edward would show Trevor the tricks, and Trevor put together from his conversations and his meetings, and also with his communications via letters, the tricks that Edward G. Brown did. So Edward wasn't very keen on actually lecturing his tricks to anybody, so he never put the book together himself. He did a few things at the Magic Circle, but they were mainly lectures on theory, I believe, rather than actual methods of his tricks.
This was released in association with the Magic Circle, wasn't it?
Yes.
The first publication.
Hence
Yep.
the massive
Hence the Magic Circle
Yeah.
logo.
thing. I'll tell you what. So it is such an enjoyable read. I know Mike's going to be shaking his head.
No, I'm not. I've not read it. I want to read it.
But it's actually written in a way that Trevor's going, oh, when I received this letter from Edward, he described this trick to me. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted by the old Nazi U-boats, and it eventually arrived at my desk. So a lot of it was written during the war. And the tricks are brilliant. They're quite standard fare of plot. So you've got Everywhere and Nowhere, a spelling trick. A brilliant thought of cards across version of the 3 card trick. So the plots are nothing.
Great book.
The plots are nothing new, but his methods are, and actually his presentations are completely different. And his cards across fooled lots and lots of people. And I hadn't actually heard of him, or didn't think I'd heard of him. But since then, I've noticed that Marlowe references him quite a lot, as does Darryl in Omnibus. Ambitious. So he was really quite a big thing this day, and I looked up one of Marlowe's.
It's a great looking book as well.
Yeah, it is a lovely look, but it's a really great book to read. And Marlowe finally mentions having heard of some of Edward's tricks and trying to piece together how Edward may have done them. So he was a big influence on a lot of people back in the 40s back then, and it's a lovely book to read. And his lectures at the back, he's written some sort of lectures that he did. And they're brilliant, and funny enough, they're still completely applicable to today. So they're things like how no one's been original anymore, and how magic should be an art, but people keep on treating it like a craft, and they need to learn how the secrets of the craft, but then turn it into an art. So amazing that back in the 40s, he was still banging on about the same things that people banging on.
There's a nice quote here.
Today.
I just read that at the back. You want to read that? It's not the clearest font for me, but
Yep. The real test of a magician is not the amount of manipulative skill shown to the spectators, but the extent to which the audience is unaware that sleight of hand has been used. So there you go. So he was a really quite shrewd guy.
So
Out of 10?
I'd give it.
how many feathers?
Do you know what? I'd give it 9 out of 10. I've never read a book quite so enjoyable. It's almost like a history lesson at the same time. And I've ended up in the Magic Circle library looking up other things because of it.
Made me have to buy
And it's quite hard to actually learn the tricks from some of them. The 3 card trick is brilliantly explained step by step, so you can tell that perhaps he sat down with Trevor at that particular point and ran through it. Some of them are just taken from Edward's notes in a letter, so you kind of have to figure it out. So there's not a lot of
Very few pictures.
illustrations or pictures.
Yeah.
So you have to learn and figure it out. But if you've got Card College with you and so on, and Andy.
Well, yeah, we should say it's been lovingly recreated by Andy Gladwin, hasn't it?
It
in
is.
Vanishing Ink.
Yep.
And if you know about the quality of the Vanishing Ink books,
Oh right, so it comes with a study guide.
Yeah.
well, this is Andy's notes on the book, as far as I know.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
so I'm guessing that Andy's gone through it and realised that there are bits missing or bits that aren't terribly clear. So he's written things like, I find that these moves are easier for me if the cards are held horizontally in the left hand, for example. So he kind of guides you through it. But it's a brilliant book, and the tricks are really well presented, especially if you want to present a trick in a parlour fashion or on stage.
And it's a
brilliant.
good looking book.
It's a good looking book.
It comes in a nice box.
And it comes in a nice box. And actually, I bought this one at Blackpool off Andy himself, so it's my copy.
Awesome.
Brilliant. Thanks, Alex.
There you go.
10.
Well, I'm very quickly going to show off this bag. What's in this bag? We're going to zoom in on this. So, guys, you have to check this out, okay? So, this is even going to fool Bobo. Jason, don't look worried.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah. So, this
Do you?
is a bag of walnuts. Okay. Good, huh? Amazing like that. Walnuts over there. And nice little open one as well. And these are what Mila has been making. So Mila, if you don't know, makes things in sponge. So these are carved from sponge balls, regular sponge balls, little super soft ones. So you can do a whole routine with them. I mean, just look at that. I mean, even Bobo, look. Hang on, let's go back to the main screen.
Oh, were you not in?
Yeah. Go back to the main screen, yeah. Even Bobo, look, who loves walnuts, thinks it's a walnut. Look at that. Look. What is it? That's confusing, isn't it? You're not sure, are you? Aren't they brilliant? They're on Mila's desk. She just made them for a customer. So yeah, check out on Facebook Mila's Custom Sponge Creations. That's our website. but the most incredible things she makes out of sponge. So yeah, well, we'll see.
Did Mila say you could show
No,
those?
no.
No, she'll be
Yeah,
be
no, I
furious.
But this is all good
She-
publicity for me,
Good
though.
job, he's the boss, really, isn't it?
I find things so Mila makes stuff out of sponge, and I come in, I think it's absolutely amazing.
Well, I thought
And
they
she's
were
always
real.
going,
This is
"Oh,
what
she'll
she's
be
making at the
furious
moment.
about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
not ready." That's just
I know, but-
I think it's the best sponge birthday cake I've ever seen. And Mia
100%.
is still trying to improve it.
100%.
So she'll anyway.
She spends endless hours making these with a pair of scissors just sat there, literally
Yeah,
5 or
it's
6
talent.
hours solid, just cutting these things and
Yeah.
dyeing them and shaping them and colouring them and airbrushing them. And
If
amazing.
anything is worth the money, it's one of those
yeah,
products.
yeah,
They are
well worth it.
stunning.
And she only charges about a fraction of what they should be charged. I mean, she works for something like £2 an hour if you worked on an hourly rate of how long it takes to
Well
make them.
done.
We've only
Well,
got
she
one
did
copy.
it,
We've
that
I've
only
got
got
one
one.
copy left. If it ain't gone by the end of today, I'm
All right,
taking it.
okay.
Okay.
Paul Sutherland says Alex needs a jingle for his book corner. You're quite right, Paul. And Jason is very good at making jingles, and he's got tomorrow off.
Jason doesn't have any time.
Yes.
You've got tomorrow off.
I'm going to
What's wrong with
Southampton. I'm going to the football with Andy Ray.
That'll be you'll be all
There's
over after.
more important things than football.
Surely Southampton fans leave after 5 minutes when they kind of like,
Yeah.
oh well, what's the point?
Well, I have got that opinion already. Yeah.
You can take some time off during the day at work.
35 quid that's
yeah.
costing me for
Well,
disappointment.
you can make some here while at work. Yeah.
Thank you, Sebastian. He says he likes my
Excellent.
book reviews. So thank you very
There you
much.
go.
I have a great
Right.
pleasure of putting
Bring a
together, and I'm
keyboard
pleased you like Edward G. Brown's book because it is very good.
Have we done
Oh,
everything?
Oh,
No,
the
we
book.
need to
one
talk
one
about-
thing left.
Oh, the book.
And it's and that as well. Yeah,
How much is the book? I forgot
the
how much
book is $49.99. Yeah.
Jason,
So-
$49.99.
Do you want to talk
Bargain.
about pin car quickly?
Alex is doing that, and I'm going to
Okay.
do the Insta Square.
Okay. Well, you guys do that because again, I don't know anything about these. So yeah,
Okay.
I'll just sit here and look amazing.
Yeah, oh, hang on. Where's there should be a pack of cards already.
Yes, it's all here. And I've reset the frame for the
For the
finale at
finale.
the end.
Oh, right. Okay, so I need.
Right, bear with us.
Bear mini.
You might as well do the.
Oh yeah, I'll do it with a t-shirt. This is.
Stay with them.
Do you want me to do Insta Square first?
Do into the square where you get set up.
Yeah.
I've got a pin.
Oh,
But that shirt's to show something else as well, so you can do it 2 different ways.
What are we doing? Are you doing yours first? Go on then, you do
Okay,
yours.
you got a pen in your hand already, haven't you?
Yes.
Does that pen work?
Yeah, of course it does.
I'm just checking out. I need a t-shirt though, Mike. I need to. Jason. So this is
Yeah, we could get the t-shirt.
Do you,
this
want, do, you want,
is
do you want me to go close on this or not?
no, heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. No, you can in a
Take it
minute.
further away.
Jason,
Turn it off.
just oh dear, look, hang
Just
on.
have audio.
How
Here
many
we
times
go.
have you practiced this? We're just bear in mind we're a member of staff down. Okay, we had Mike come in occasionally, we have Luke in occasionally. We're so busy. This
So
week.
I really should have. I watched the performance section rather than the instruction
Yeah.
section.
I think the words were "Who needs the instructions?" So hopefully we'll find out
Anyway,
soon.
Alright,
Jason,
go
you
for
can
it,
just
go
say
for it.
stop. Really like this.
Stop.
Stop right there. That's brilliant. You could just write your name. Write your name on the end of the card.
Yeah.
Oh, you did that ever so well, Jason. Right, yeah. Oh, I need that T-shirt, by the way. I'm going to show because I'm going to show it a different way. This is the way. I don't know if this way's on there.
Do you want it opened?
This is on the instructions. If this is what you're doing, yeah. This is Okay.
So this is
A PropDog T-shirt.
one way you can do it, and I'm just going to fire the cards. Oh no, I'm not. Hang on. Fire the cards all over, and hopefully, no card remains.
Come on, Alex.
Come on, Alex.
Bear with me 1 second.
Come on.
Just do it on your shirt.
Do it on your shirt. It's easier.
It probably is. I know, but I thought this reveal was better.
I like that reveal. Yeah, that reveal's good. But
you can do it like this.
when it works, there we go.
There you go. Right.
There we
Okay.
go. Pin card.
So that's pinned card. But you can do it. This was really nice, but it's obviously a bit trickier than the presentation I saw.
Now,
So the idea is you can do it on a cloth, on a handkerchief, and you can just dip the
Practice
cards in.
it. Practice
What I
it
want
more
to
than
know
5
is
minutes before
how
you shout as well.
No, not examinable, but how good does it look taking that off? Does it look good if you're going to take it off?
Right. So with a tie,
Yeah.
it does look much better.
Yeah, basically you're tearing the
is-
card away.
right.
So basically, I tear the card away, give them the card, and I've still got a pin.
Okay, that's better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, yeah.
So forgive me for that handling. It is actually really quite good.
It's awful, isn't it, doing tricks on the live? It's really hard. It's, like,
It's just
tough.
we just don't get time to practice it,
It's a tough
guys.
gig,
That's the thing,
guys,
you know.
honestly. It's not easy.
People think we just sit here all day and just play with magic in the shop, but it's not. It's if you've seen these TV chef shows where everyone's running around like headless flies and somebody's shouting out, that's me. Do that, you know. That's kind of what it's like here during the week. The only peace and quiet we get is literally at 5:30 when everyone goes out and everyone stops. Yeah, or the live. Yeah.
Dave's the Gordon Ramsay of PropDog.
But actually, the funny thing is, the bits you don't think are going to be
hard.
That bit couldn't go wrong.
Yeah.
It's the bit that goes wrong.
The thing is, it's a lot easier to do here than doing everything that way. It's like trying to do magic
in a different
different way. So when I was in hospital having the operation on my back years ago, I was trying to practice when I was in a hospital bed, but I was lying down backwards. And if you've ever lied on your bed and tried doing card magic, you can't do it. It's almost impossible to do. You know, it's like this really weird thing. So you've got to kind of sit upright in order to do anything. And it's the same with that. Just trying to do everything in a really weird position. So yeah.
I just want to try. Can I have one more go at this?
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Do one more.
So,
should we go zooming?
So you can. So basically, you just spread it like that, and then that's it.
That's
there
nice.
There you go.
So they, on the instructions that I have watched, they do it on a napkin, which is quite nice in a restaurant. So you bag it, you put it on a napkin, bring the corners in, and then drop, almost like you drop a like vanishing bandana
that's
as a finale, and then
napkins.
Yeah, napkins and things like that. And
so you can get anybody to pin the pin on, which is nice. So you can get a spectator to pin the pin to the centre of the napkin, force the cards, get the card signed, and drop the cards into the napkin, bring up the corners. Boosh,
How much is it?
Not a lot.
How much is it? That's a quite nice clean up. It's not. $25.99.
Oh, that's.
I'd recommend it.
That is not bad for that. Yeah.
And I actually think, apart from I do apologise for my demo, but I think compared to other tricks that have been out there, so David Regal had the gold standard, where it was on his tie, and Richard Sanders had tagged. So it's obviously a plot that has been well travelled. And I think that's probably one of the easiest and
it's commercial,
sensible.
It is
commercial.
It's workable.
Yeah.
I reckon it's much more workable than all the others.
I think I prefer the napkin version. If you're doing walk around tables, I like the idea of the napkin. I think the napkin's very good.
That was why I was trying to show it. But...
Yeah, no, I got that. But you should have used the napkin instead of a shirt. That's where it went wrong.
Should have been a nice napkin.
It wasn't anything to do with the lack of practice. Right.
Have you read it on it?
Yes, check out Hotel 52 from David Regal's book Approaching Magic. Yes, it's brilliant. There's lots of wonderful things in there. Simpatico is also really good. And what else did that one? Oh, Will the Socks Match is one I'll be doing on Sunday, which I've altered a little bit. Yep, so really good book. Lots of great stuff in there.
Is PropDog's Dave mentioned in book from 1940s?
Oh, that'll be... No, I don't think you did get a mention by Edward G. Brown. No.
Oh right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Right. Okay. PropDog Dave. Yeah. Okay.
Andy Ray says amazing stuff. Mila. Yes. Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Otto likes the sponge walnuts. Mila needs a slot on the show 1 week for sure. Yeah, she goes home at 4 o'clock though, guys, and she watches it from the bus on the way home. So she is probably watching now. So hi, Mila. If you're not home already.
We can Skype her in one day.
But
could do. Yeah.
If you are interested in sponge, contact her via the Facebook page because it will be one of the best things you buy. It's really good.
Let's do Insta.
Should we do Insta Square?
Yes, please.
Yep. So this is new from Martin Lewis. We're going to do this on Dave because I don't think Dave's had much experience with it.
No, I haven't.
So I've got a pad, a grid of paper, and I'm going to do the fastest magic square you've ever seen.
Okay.
Okay. I would like you. So, do you mind if I ask how old you are?
I am 48, 49 very soon.
Fantastic. Good. When is your birthday?
June 2nd.
Excellent. That'll be important.
Charlie's mum says perfect.
Now, if we often talk about the shop and where you want to go with it, and obviously the success of PropDog, and if it were a success, and you could, I mean, what's the age for retirement in the UK?
65.
65. So if you could retire early, what age would you like to retire to remain young enough to do all of your stuff?
Now, see ya. 55.
55. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to do the fastest magic square that you've ever seen.
Okay.
Now, obviously, you wouldn't present this like this to lay people because they don't know what a magic square is. But for magicians, it's quite a nice way to do it. This is Mike's handling. Giving Mike a bit of credit there. Have you got a stopwatch?
I have indeed.
Yep. Right, you tell me when to go, and I'll tell you when to stop.
Okay, and go.
Stop.
That was under a second. No.
Now, do you see your number?
No, I don't.
What was the number you chose?
55.
55. Okay. Dave, what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
What are you
What are you
going
gonna-
to do?
What's this? What's this? Very good. Right.
Thank you, Otter.
Thanks, Otter. I'm going to make this personal to you, Dave. I'm going to put... what's the date today?
6th of January, I believe.
6th of January?
March. 6th of March.
6th of March. Okay.
I was on backwards. You know that. I'm always late.
Great. And your name?
David.
David, how's that? How do we spell that?
David.
Gotcha. Yeah, good. So here we go, Dave. This is for you. I'm going to give you a little kiss.
Okay.
A little kiss, and there's your square. And you will see your number on the square.
I don't see my number on the square, Jason.
You don't see your number.
I
on the
don't see
square.
my number on the square, Jason.
Well, that is interesting, Dave, because your number is actually on that square. In fact, it's on there several times.
No.
Because if you were to add up the numbers here in the top row, I don't know how good
It's
you are
55.
at maths. It is. If you were to add up the numbers in the second row.
55.
If you add up the numbers in this row.
That's amazing.
And this row.
And
And this row. And this row. And this row. And this row. And the corners.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
But of course, you already knew Dave's age. Oh, it doesn't matter. Go on.
It is truly amazing.
My age is 48.
No.
He said
Oh.
he asked when I want to retire. I said
Oh,
55, yeah. Right, so just to be clear here, we didn't arrange 55 beforehand.
No, we didn't.
Yeah,
No,
That
no,
was
no.
in real time there.
No.
So
There is some.
misdirection needed.
Not really. There is some sort of. What's the word? I want?
Tomfoolery, trickery.
Stop it.
Pre-show setup.
No, there's no.
Well, I'm
pre-show.
going to say we saw the trailer for this, and we got part of the method, but not the whole method. So that was a nice surprise.
Correct. Alex and I and a customer, Mark, that came in yesterday, all thought it was done one way because I couldn't understand how the refills would work for this because you get 50 refills.
Yes.
And my thinking was that it was you just had so many numbers of different refills and you'll just go into a certain page.
Yeah.
But that is not correct. It's really clever.
It's a clever little trick.
What are the range of numbers they can choose from?
Well, in theory,
Any.
they can choose from 30 upward. No, they can choose from 35 upwards.
To
65.
Well, Martin says 65. You could go higher, but it would give a bit of discrepancy on the square. Like
Right.
it would. For those of you who know how Magic Square works, or this method of Magic Square works, you would end up with a square that didn't look quite right. Whereas if you look at that, there's nothing really there that you can see
No,
that
That's
stands
why. That's
out.
why
Yeah,
we
yeah.
tweaked it for the retirement age.
Yes, so he does talk. I'll show the camera actually because I haven't seen it. But he does talk about that handling or that patter, talking about retirement age. Obviously, you've got to do it on someone over the age of 35. But it's a really nice reveal, and that's something that they would keep and be really impressed by because I think it's really good. There is a gripe. No, there is a gripe. There is a gripe. And if you do what I did and watch the video instructions rather than reading the written instructions with it, it's wrong on the video. So unless you know what you're doing, or unless you know what the principle of this is, luckily I did, I filled this grid in accordance to...
It comes with written instructions.
Can I just say, there was some very flowery language yesterday as Jason was filling it in
Furiously adding up numbers.
as per the instructions, going, but no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
There's written instructions.
Yeah, no, that's
with
fine.
it, so
But I feel I've got to tell them because people of my age, Mike, won't read those video instructions. They'll go straight to the download.
So the maths is wrong.
Yeah, the maths is wrong. So when he's explaining the maths and goes, we'll add it all, this is a square for 47, you add up the top line and it's 49. So it's not right. So
2 out.
yeah, you're 2 out, and all you need to do is change the number in the top corner. Okay, so if you do get stuck with it, like I did, change that from 15 to 13. It is right later on in the download, but they don't say this bit was filmed wrong. Do change it, but it's important for you to know. Martin presents it differently, where they visually see the square fill in.
Yeah.
But I prefer the way that Mike came up with, just because I feel a little bit more comfortable with.
That was what I was
gimmick.
going to say. Yeah. So going from the blank to filled in, just when you were practicing it earlier on, it's difficult to get away with it too close up if you let them see things too long.
Yeah.
So if you were going to show the blank square like that, you might just want to say, here, let's blank square and put it down again. If you sit there and hold it too long, they might see something. If you hold it at a slight angle, it will look a lot better. If you hold it the other way, it will look a lot worse. On camera, you get away with it no problem. From parlour, no problem at all. But if it's just
if you're moving constantly, it would help as well.
Away, yeah, it's a little bit awkward.
I think it's important to say though that the grid, whether it's when it's not filled in, is not part. It's not a prop. It's not part of the trick. So
no.
Just show it briefly.
Yeah,
I've got a grid, and then you go into the trick. So that's why I came up with
well, kind of how I presented it. I'm not going look at the grid.
Look at the grid, it's blank. Ooh.
Yeah.
But that is
move your hand over and the grid's there, which you could do.
But that is how it's presented on the video. That is how it's presented on the video.
But it's a great little way of doing the magic square without going through all the rigmarole of.
It's a nice way of doing magic square with more magic.
Yeah, it's an entertaining magic square, and there aren't many of those around.
People think magic square, people just think you're good at maths, whereas the way that fills in so quick is, and
the timer thing, isn't it?
Yeah, once that's filled in, when I was asking Dave was his number on there, that's very examinable. Yep. That looks great.
Just quick, so Tom Brace wants to know, with Insta Square, can you do it with an existing square layout that you already know?
Yes, you can. You fill it in.
Yes, you can.
It comes blank.
Right. Okay.
And the gimmick, if I can call it that, is it uses the Wet Erase Expo pens. So if you do mess it up, just water. And I did mess it up because I filled in the wrong number, thanks to no fault of my own. It just came straight off.
Right, there you go.
Okay, lots of praise for Mila. So Andy Ray, Ottar, Simon, absolutely love Mila's sponge work, which is quite right. She's brilliant. Roy Brown says Mike Sullivan is in for more bossiness again. Scott Founder says we should get Mila to make a sponge dog like the logo.
She has.
Well,
she did the plasticine one, didn't she?
Hang on, let me show you what
she's done. She's done quite a few. So Dave will probably up. Dave Bonny says up the Saints. I'm assuming that's some football reference there. Who cares?
Full
Who cares?
Reference.
Timmy Taylor says be nice about Southampton. Yes, no, I will.
Yes, thank you.
I will.
Thank you, Timmy.
I will do. I'm probably going to know.
I'll be in the city tomorrow, watching home of my birth, watching the Six Nations after the football.
On Facebook, Mila's custom sponge creations. Thanks, Otter, for reminding us to plug it.
Zoom into that. This is another one she's done recently.
This is Dave.
Yeah. So again, this is all sponge balls, just regular Goshman sponge balls, all carved out. As you can see, it goes down really small. There are other sponge products on the market that are carved into things, but they're not made from super soft sponge balls like these are, so they won't squash down that lovely small. And yes, Mila has made a PropDog dog, and she made it out of plasticine. So that is the PropDog dog over there. Look how amazing that is. She is so clever. So if you're watching Mila, well done, and get back to work. Right, okay.
Cliff says thanks. Sean Man says those sponges are the nuts.
Very good.
They are. I think you read the book. Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Andy. Tom Bray says I bought Pinned in Blackpool and loved it. Was my only spontaneous buys, and it kills the gigs. I'm sure it does. I think I killed it, but
does our close-up cameras looking a bit better as well now? We've changed the.
We should get.
Has anyone had any thoughts of the close-up camera this week? Because we've done a bit of work into making it better. We had people say it was a bit juddery before. Well, we've updated the technology, so to speak, and hopefully you'll find in the close-up camera experience all that more enjoyable.
Tom pointed out that yes, they demo it with the pin on a tie, and that way the cleanup is a little bit easier.
Yeah, because you can turn the tie around, can't you?
Yes. So you can flip the tie over. Makes a lot of sense.
Time is getting on. Quickly,
sorry.
Comments, and then we can do.
Has anyone at the shop bought or carry Voodoo Needle from Iron? There was a killer at Blackpool.
No, we haven't got it at the moment. We talked about it briefly a couple of weeks ago, but
was that the movie?
Yeah.
Can't get it. It's exclusive to Penguin. It's a download.
There you go.
Walter, Alex have looked at David Regal Sponge Rabbits Savant. No, I haven't. I'll check that out, Walter. I will check that out. What's the spring thing called? It's called Pinned, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have we got
Pinned,
it?
Yeah.
Pinned Card Reborn. I don't know what the first birth was all about, but there you go. You're all great but nuts.
The big brother. The initial Pinned.
Right, no more comments, guys.
It's based on the same idea as Roy Johnson method. Okay.
We're going to get on with the giveaways now, so no more comments. Let's just catch up on these ones because it is 5:30.
You're going to cost a fortune. Let me go. Could you tell me that again, Jason? Eddie Grant? I don't know. Is there a bigger version of the grid trick? No, there isn't, is there? I think Andy might be joking, but I'm sure he will release it in different
Not
sizes.
the Insta Square, but there are obviously bigger versions of that trick. Yes.
Ben Paris likes Darryl's book. Yes, there will be a giveaway. We're trying to get to it now. The witch looks dope. Great work on the dog. We'll pass that on to Mila. Darryl's thought of Cards Across, is that similar to Morgan and West's version?
Don't know, we haven't seen that.
No, I don't think it is. No.
I haven't seen Morgan and West version. I wouldn't know. So.
Lots of thanks for Mila. Get on with the thing. I'll read these out.
Right. Okay. Quickly catch up.
Thank you guys for recommending Nothing 2.0. Fabulous bit of kit. It certainly is. Look after it. It's probably the biggest
Not
hit.
too much oil.
Has she made a convincing sponge Rubik's Cube?
I think she has. Yes. I think.
Can customers get a prop dog?
No.
Well, if you ask Mila.
Well, it'll take a while, but that took a long time to make. So yeah, unlikely she will. I don't know, but if you're willing to pay for it, I suppose pay for her time making it. Right, we all done?
Andy's saying no joke. Oh, so Andy does want a big version of.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Walter says thanks. Yep. Yeah. Close up camera looks great.
Version of that one, but there are other ones. Right, so we are going to give away Blow first of all. Okay, so as we are running out of time, the format we've used in the last few shows is probably the best one. So if you want Blow, okay, please only do one entry each. Last week a few people did multiple entries, so just write in Blow on there, and then once a minute is up, we will choose a winner from there. So from now for 1 minute and go. So yeah, just type in Blow, press enter, one only, and then we will scroll up and down, randomly choose a winner for that, and we'll do the same with Tournamation, and then we can go home for a weekend.
And if we see more than one,
I'm going to have my first day off since long before Blackpool tomorrow.
You coming to the football?
No.
Going
Fishing.
for Blow.
Who are they playing? Who are Southampton playing?
Newcastle.
What's football?
It's a game with a pig's bladder, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that Eddie Murphy, isn't it? Eddie Murphy in Coming to America.
I've not seen it.
Have you not?
Nope.
it's a good film.
Yeah.
Are they bringing out a sequel?
Oh, is that where he?
Yes.
He's got his job at
He gets washed, doesn't
away
he?
from America.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about his son
I
going to America.
Right, how are we doing?
We could do
15 seconds. You can do what?
When we're waiting for the.
What's your
Tournamation one, we
prediction
could
for
do
the
it
football
again.
match,
Do this
Tracy?
again.
Sorry?
What's your prediction for the football match against Newcastle?
I'm worried, honestly. 3-0 Newcastle.
Right, 3, 2, 1. Right, so guys, no more comments from now, and we're going to go up and down, up and down. Right, if you want to go up and down, or do you want to go up and down on me?
Shall I shout?
Well, you go up and down, and I'll say stop.
Right, hang on. So,
actually,
Mike will say stop, right? Mike, what are you doing, Mike?
He's mine.
It's a shame you can't see what Mike's doing. Okay, right, so I'll go up and down. You hold your finger, and then Mike will say stop.
And Alex will blow.
Push, Mike, push on. Right, are you ready? So, right, so just making sure. I'm going to turn the screen so everyone can see this.
We need a Bobo cam.
Hang on, I'm just going to zoom in on the main cam so people can see what we're doing, just so people can see that we're not cheating in any way. So if I just move the zoom up to the screen over there.
Oh, that's clever.
So, oh no, it doesn't go high enough.
Shall we
No,
just
okay.
tilt it up?
Yeah, that one doesn't go high enough.
Shall
So
we just
Bobo,
tilt
your
it up if we're
feather
not
is
using it again?
right in the way. No, that's right, we'll just go back to there. Okay, you can see on there anyway. Right, so, it's going to find the top of the list. Right there. So I'm going to scroll down, up, down, up. So give it about 5 or 6 seconds, Mike, and then you can say stop. You ready? Alex, you ready? Just about there. So here we go.
5, 4, 3,
We can time it.
2, 1, stop.
Mike Walther. Mike Walther, congratulations. You have won Blow. Do you want to write this
I
down?
won that then.
No, Mike Walther.
How's Walther spelled?
Walther. So congratulations, Mike. That is on your way. Right, so the next one we're going to be giving away is the Tournamation. So one more time, one comment each, and start and now. So just write Torn or Tournamation, whichever one you want to do. We'll get it if you just
Jason,
write
you
Torn.
could do the thing again. While we're waiting.
What?
The frame again.
Okay,
Say it
well,
one more time.
if you can do the frame in 1 minute or 50 seconds, you can do it. Go for it then.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey, you need to put the balloon in, mate.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Give me the balloon. Give me the
Put the balloon, Alex.
Yeah, let's put it in.
Wow,
Wow, instant reset. I'm going to take this around the table.
Bum.
Woo!
Get the pin. Give it a bang.
Oh!
Oh!
20 seconds to go.
Oh, well.
Do it again. Do it again.
Reset.
It's such a good trick.
Now, are they watching or they're all busy writing torn?
Probably.
They're all writing torn.
Right,
They're all
okay,
writing
so
torn.
8, 7,
That balloon
6,
just got torn.
5.
Come on,
4,
Andy, mate. Come on.
3, 2.
Come on,
1.
Junior.
Right, stop. No more comments, guys. Here we go. So same as before. Let me just find the top so I don't go too fast. I don't want to be going into everybody's blows. Right. Oh, there's a lot of people want torn.
Different products next week.
Oh wow, a lot of people want torn. Wow.
Someone's written tornation.
Blow. Right, there's it.
Notwithstanding,
Michael J. Fitch says stop. It says hi and stop. Right. Okay. You ready with your hand?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you ready, Mike?
Yeah.
So give it a good 5 or 10 seconds. You ready?
Okay.
And go.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop.
Matij, well done.
Matij.
Congratulations, Matij. You have won a tournament. So, God, international shipping.
Oh,
I know we had it last time. What if I was in America last
This
time?
costs us good money to send these out to you guys in America, yeah?
And
I
it's
think
heavy.
the case, last week we did a free case, didn't we? Close-up
Yeah.
case. He was in America as well, so
Yeah,
that was a big
that
old
was
packaging,
heavy.
yeah. It was about £20 to send that.
well,
Ah, it was worth it. We look after our customers.
Yeah.
Right, so guys, thank you as always for joining us this week. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know we certainly had fun. And anything happening this weekend? There's nothing going on this weekend, is there?
Six Nations football.
Other than the football,
Dave's
yeah,
got
of
a day
course, yeah. So, have a great weekend, guys. Enjoy your gigs, and we will see you all next week on Friday at 4 p.m. And
Come on, you Reds.
We're gone.
no, it still says
Still
broadcast.
there,
Yeah,
mate.
free-